everybody, Yarn Fairy here, and
Pixie number 1.
and we're here to bring you yarn and a whole lot of it. This chair, it's a good chair for me. It doesn't sit still. Probably need to screw down the legs, huh?
Well, I think that one's always actually rough, and no matter how tight you get the legs, it's easy.
We're gonna hank yarn while we talk. Speak, Wendy. Where's my, oh. Before we do though, I wanted to share my goodies. Okay. I haven't been able to knit forever because of these things and my disease, but looky, I got hooky. I'm knitting. Oh, this is gonna turn into a Scots bonnet that I will felt. I got orders for 2 of them off of Facebook, off of Daddy's page. Here's the teal one. I was gonna make one in every color, but I'm in a knitting phase because these are like size 7 needles, 6. So unfortunately, I still want to knit socks. This is citrus. It's got yellow, green, and orange, and then it's got sprinkles, and so it's really, really pretty. Those are for my husband, if I can. Another large needle project. I finished the body. This is Glacier Dark 2, and I started the sleeves. They're cute. And last but not least, 2 strands of empty K held together on size 9 needles, the Claire shawl. This is our Outlander.
That got big quick.
I know, right?
She started last night.
I just started it, but it's 2 strands of empty K, so it flies. And it's such an easy shawl. I need to load the pattern for free because dang, it's that easy. And I never saw a hap shawl up there, which is what
This is called.
Patsy said this is called. So it's from Outlander. Season 5 is going to start soon, so we're doing a little nod at Outlander. And this is the one that comes in brown with the black stripe, and she wears it. It's crossed over and tied behind, so that she's always free to do whatever she wants.
But still warm.
Yeah, and you could actually stop before you got to a crossover if you wanted to. Anyway, we're doing yarn for that. I've got it all dyed up and ready to go. It just needs to be set, rinsed. And don't bite that. Oh my goodness, the cat's biting the cord.
Kitty!
Stop it.
Hi.
Come over here. Okay.
She
So,
fed them cat food. There's a reason.
I got this 3 ounces. I guess it's not very much.
Get away from me. We had a 3 ounce for like 5 years one time, so.
Yeah. No, actually, I think I got that big, huge bag. Wasn't it a big, huge bag?
No, that was a weird thing that stayed up in the cupboard for like 10 years.
I was making sleepy tea, which was like hops and
Weird stuff in a crock pot.
Oh, it was so nasty.
Smelled bad. I don't know if you ever made me drink it, but blah.
The other project that I've got going on, I've been dyeing a lot of fabric, a lot of cotton. Did I ever show them the fabric I dyed? Oh, you guys, excuse me, I'm trying to be all ready and I'm trying to bring everything out all at once, but all of a sudden I just remembered all this lovely stuff that I dyed. So, cotton is a whole nother thing. I mean, you have to learn all kinds of junk, get all kinds of chemicals, but it's so gratifying.
She still thinks they're boring, even though she spiced them up.
Well, because they're single color, but single color is perfect for applique, which is what these are for. So that's not mine.
I didn't think so.
That's
I was
not
all of a sudden, I was
That's
like,
not
that looks
mine.
like
That's
something
not
you
mine.
bought.
Yeah, because I need to learn how to do this marbly stuff and put more than one color on it. And it looks like, how in the world did they do that?
Ice.
Is that salt? Ice. You're right. So they dye the fabric green, and then put ice that's covered in ice with a schmutz of, they put the dye down and then put the ice on it?
Yeah, there's two different ways of doing ice dyeing. You put the dye, then you put the ice, or you put the ice and then you put the dye.
It's just lovely. I need to do this. I can't believe this is ice dyed. I think I bought it at like a fabric store, like, you know, Joann's. How could they ice dye?
They buy it from somebody
Yeah,
else.
but I mean, how could anybody afford to make
Giant
ice dye?
vats. Can you imagine? It would be so easy. You just throw a bunch of
No, these
stuff
are
and then you throw the colors on.
particularly put every few, you know, I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
it's
if
not
you
like
have a
you just
machine that
threw-
just goes ka-chunky.
Ka-chunky.
Yes.
So, yeah, anyway, here's my fabric. I have a bunch more in the washer with 3 t-shirts because I'm getting into clothing. I think my pants are going to be here soon. I do a lot of lounge pants lately, and yeah, I have to dye pants. So anyway, why was I saying that? I was saying that I dyed fabric because I bought felt, and I dyed the felt. I don't have a picture of the sheep project. So this is the felt I dyed. It's not felt, it's 100% wool fabric. It's actually not even fabric. Well, it's a long story. Anyway, so the project is sort of a quilt, not really. It's more in our venue because it's with fiber. It's felted sheep. Ain't he cute? Or she, I don't know what it is. It's not finished. I haven't, you know, embroidered it. So like there's the tree needs to be finished being outlined and leaves need to be put on it and maybe some silk ribbon. I'm not sure if I want to get into that though because I have cats and cats like to eat this stuff. But like there's little bits of grass down at the bottom and I want to put finer grass. I didn't like the, I think it's number, I don't know what number it is. It's a pearl cotton and it comes on a ball. And they come in all kinds of numbers and I've forgotten. So anyway, I have the sheep colors in, looks like biffle, and they're curly locks. So I can actually cut them down and needle felt the locks so that you can see them on the sheep. And they're small enough that you can do that. And then I have all this for my trees and leaves and stuff. So it's fun. There's all kinds of different colors. And then I want to buy, I don't know how to buy black wool fabric.
Really?
It's so hard to find. And it's like,
they
you know,
are rarely
$50, $60 a yard. And I want to do it for the border. I want the border to be black. Yeah. So that's like, I'd have to have at least a yard.
If you want
I
a
don't wanna spend that
naturally
much money
black
on it.
sheep, that just gets stupid.
I have really dark wool in the wool shed, but how would you turn that into felt?
Well, like,
I
you
know
remember
wet
the
felt and
rug
stuff, but
and how you had the lace and the wet felt? That was wet felting, right? So you could do it that way, or you could just lay it out on like a piece of foam, and then needle felt for 5 years, and you'll be fine.
To make a yard fabric. Oh my.
Mm.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So. Oh. You guys, I have a headband. What happened to this? Is this ever gonna go away? Okay, good. Okay, so for ages, I've been trying to figure out how to do this. How to fill out the bald spot and make it all come together because whether or not the hair comes back, I don't know. It's coming back different. It used to be really curly and now it's really frizzy. It's like, vroom. So taking a shower helps. It comes out much curlier and a lot less frizzy, but yeah, still it's something else. So I've always wanted to wear my curly locks like this. I always wanted them long and to fill out my back, and that's just what we did. And they're a rainbow. We have, you know, just plain, like I could have done one color, but I'm not a one color girl. And then to cover up the elastic, I put in a headband. So that's what to do with curly locks if anybody wants some. I can teach you how to make them. What else?
Cross stitch?
I have lots of that stuff to share, but you need to talk. I'm running out of voice.
Well, I don't have nothing to talk about.
Oh, really? Tell them about your hair.
I put Punky in it.
Tell them how it started with the pink stuff.
I
And
put
that,
pink Punky into the ends because I was too scared to do the whole head because, like, blah. And then I got tons of compliments on the pink because it actually did look really good and more natural than whatever this is. After that, I put purple up here and then, like, pink. And so then it turned into kind of like this hot fuchsia. Fuchsia. Whole head. Yeah. Then I put turquoise, like kind of like cyan, and then it kind of got into the pink that was down here, turned it into purple, and now it's kind of washing out and growing out a bit, and yeah. And my hair's getting super curly. And
this whole thing started because of the conditioner. What's that name?
overtone, yeah.
Super expensive, and all it is Punky put into conditioner.
Well, actually, no. They're a different brand of basically the same thing. Apparently, theirs actually holds longer. It won't wash out as fast. Overtones, I mean. Punky's is cheaper and easier, and I like it, and it works. But the overtone stuff is like, they both have the conditioner that is just to freshen up colors, but usually it's for people who have already dyed their hair permanent dye. So that's why some of it is just kind of
like... Is there such a thing as permanent dye? Because I know hairdressers...
Permanent dye, where you bleach the hair and put new color in.
Well, we used to do that and it never stuck.
Yeah, well, we didn't do it right. I've seen a lot of videos and we way messed that up.
Oh, it's just throwing it in. That's what it's
it's literally not the way you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the girl at the nursery?
What girl?
That girl.
Okay, so I'm walking in. I help out with the Sunday school class, and what happens? So they're like, the girls run up to me. 2 girls run up to me. They're like, hi, and one of them's like, all looking disappointed, like, why is your hair not rainbow? She was like, because my hair has been getting more and more like multiple colors going on every time, so she expected that the next time she'd see me, it would be more colors. But it's just this. And the other little girl was like, and I was talking to them and saying, it takes a long time to wash out. I'm thinking I'm going to let it go back to blonde. And then one of them was like, I'd love to see it blonde. And the other one, but she said that after the other one was like, no, I wanted it to be rainbows. She runs off. The other one, almost as if to like say, it's okay, you can have your hair blonde, was like, I'd like to see it blonde. They're very cute.
Funny.
I'm entertaining them with my hair.
Funny.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we have to go to a doctor's appointment first thing in the morning. Don't whine, Barky.
That's like trying to tell him not to breathe.
I know. That's why his name is Barky, because he's so vocal.
So whiny. Oh, it turned into whiny later in life.
So then we're going to go to thrift stores and hopefully find some wool, black.
Yeah, right. We went to a bunch of thrift stores the last time. Didn't find any wool. It's all polyester this and polyester that and poly wool blends.
Those high-end places. I want to find a place that's
an actual thrift store.
A real thrift store where you dig. We have a couple of them up on the hill. Do you think they'd have wool? And then too, you have to be in a place where it's high-end so that you can find the wool pants, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. We even went to a surplus Army Navy store to see if they had something.
Yeah, they're all more like the jacket type though.
They don't have. Well, they have the sea sailor thing still, where the sailor pants with the buttons that button up, which are kind of cool.
It's expensive,
but they're very expensive. They're like $50, $60.
I mean, they're good crazy. They're gonna last you for 50 bajillion years.
Yeah, but for that much, I'm gonna buy fabric. You
No,
know.
no, you're not buying any for that. You're gonna buy it for like actually using the
Yeah.
product.
And we couldn't find any wool in Joann's. There was wool blends.
Yeah, like 3.
You know what?
The rest of it was poly.
Why do I have to stick with wool? All of a sudden I was like, why can't I use a wool poly blend? And then all of a sudden, because it's a border.
Oh, you're not gonna put anything on it?
Well, I do need to, never mind.
I mean, unless you embroider on it, then you could have whatever you want.
I could embroider, but I couldn't do those. She's got these little mounds of grass, tufts of leaves, whatever. I'm not working. So those go from the block onto the border, because once you sew the blocks up, you embroider the whole thing over again, because then you can go over the two together.
Make sure that they look all mushed together instead
cohesive.
of being blocks that you sew together.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. If anybody has any ideas, please add to the comments or PM me. We forgot to say, hit the bell with the subscribe,
Right.
and click the bell.
I forgot about that.
And we forgot to say, and you can contact me at yarnfairy1@gmail.com. That is all. Okay. So we're going to thrift stores. We're hoping to go to tea, because I have the appointment at 9 and we'll be done at 10.
And
We can go
get
straight
bentos.
to tea. And then we're going to go to Payway, which is probably the way to say it. It's Peiwei. We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we're going to get bento boxes. You can have any of the bento stuff in it that you want. Edamame, rice. The center is full of wasabi and ginger. It's the standard rusty colored red with all the different holes. How stupid am I? How stupid am I that I want this box? My goodness. I'm not looking forward to the sushi or the, entree, but what do I want? I want the
sushi
fun.
in your bento box, but she's like,
Yeah. Actually, they
you
had
get this in
sushi.
styrofoam things.
Yeah, I'm used to the
all
styrofoam and all the
and
junk.
So it's like, it's in a different case.
It's nice.
It's the same thing in a different case.
And then the other place that we want to go to is Mom Can Cook Thai. Just because of the name.
Yeah,
We want to see if Mom really can cook Thai. And Belle, if you're watching, this is Belle's Christmas, by the way, that I've been hanging up. It's done on a different base, so I'm doubling them up and making tiny skeins instead of mini skeins. Anyway, hi Belle. It's for Advent next year. It's special. Next year,
way in advance.
we're doing ingredients. Well, I'm not sure if she's using it for this year's pattern or what, but she was very kind and patient and waited forever for us to do this. Because I didn't have the yarn, and we had to buy the yarn, then we had to hang the yarn. So anyway, which by the way, we can do Advent minis up in any base because it just costs more because we have to rehank everything. And next year is the year of gradients. At least I hope it is. So we're going to be doing gradients. You can tell these go from light to dark. And these go... Now I got hair in my mouth. These go from light to dark. And then the golds go from light to dark. And then there's a bunch of undyeds. So... what was the other gradients? Oh, we have a whole list of them, and I can't remember what they are, but we dreamed them all up. Remember, we had a brainstorm, and we...
There was a bunch of them, but I don't remember. That was like
I don't
5 months ago.
remember
Are you
any of
kidding
them.
me?
They're all written down, fortunately,
Well, it
because
wasn't 5
we don't
months
got brains. Neither one of us.
What, 3 months?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been too long to tell you.
We're so lame. Okay, so... how exciting of a life do we have? I'm going to the doctor, so then we're going to go to the thrift store. I'm lame. So I might as well go into cross stitch because I can't. My brain, I'm an airhead right now. Usually I'm like, and I've got all these things that I want to talk about, and I can't think of one.
Everything.
Oh, there is one that I wanted. I just bought all the charms and stuff for Outlander.
Oh.
Outlander. Ding! I can't wait.
Drum roll with a bell.
Drum roll with a bell. Yeah, hit the scribe with the bell. Hit the bell with the scribe. Twisting myself around. Okay, so anyway,
How are you going to lift a scribe and whack him upside a bell?
the bell's stationary. It's like the Independence
You hit
bell.
the bell and the scribe.
Whatever you do it. So, Jeepers, what was I gonna? Oh, Outlander. You mess me up every bloody time. Oh, so okay. In I don't know what season, Jamie's hiding in a. Hopefully, y'all are addicted to Outlander, so I can talk about this and not have everybody go yawn.
Spoilers and yawn.
So he's in a cave for a long time, and his hair grows really, really long, and they call him Dunbonnet because he's covering up his red hair with this brown Scots bonnet.
It's ugly.
The brown Scots bonnet or
Yeah,
the hair?
because he's all ratty and his hat
ratty.
is ratty too.
He's pretty ratty.
Right. We've seen other ones of those hats that are good.
But what I was going to say is that I want to weave tartan. Our tartan for Clan McDonald is mostly green and black, and then it's got a stripe of red and one of yellow, several stripes of red, I can't remember anyway. And after I weave it, I want to, my loom for doing that is only like 12 inches, and the stuff comes down to about 10, so I want to make like 2 pieces, sew them up. You have to make an awful lot in order to make the pattern repeat. Anyway. Then I want to cut them out and make the Scott bonnet out of this cool fabric. I'm like really excited to try this.
She's crazy that she actually wants to weave the fabric.
Well, if you look at it one way, I'm making the fabric for the felted hat. I can make the fabric in a different method, right?
I guess that's true, but it's just like nobody weaves.
I do, and I bet a lot of people watching do because everybody watching is crafty. Okay, so yeah, I'm excited to do that. Oh, Outlander. Okay, I do have one thing I can share. I make everything fall. So, yes, I bought this for the cow. The first, 8 people will be getting a bag to keep their yarn ball in as they're working. Said bag is going to definitely have a black drawstring. It's a drawstring bag. And on the drawstring, there will be beads. I don't know if they will be Outlander-y beads or not, or how I'm going to do that. But I'm going to...
beads.
You know how a drawstring has knots.
Oh, the 2
Knots
beads
are gonna
at the
have
end,
beads.
not like beads along the string.
Wouldn't work if there were multiple beads. But what I really want to do is put some sort of an Outlander-y thing, a disc, some sort of name, like Outlander on it. I mean, you see that and everybody goes, oh yeah, it's perfect for Outlander because of the deer. They show a stag every time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but for me, I wish I had like an embroidery machine, then I could,
Right, Outlander. Or you could get like glue on letters. Spell it. It's nice. Yeah. Take 5 years and hand embroider every line.
So yeah, anyway, Outlander bags with the Outlander cow. Oh. I'm not sure. Oh, hey, it works. And we have 30 charms coming in. I'm so excited. How did we move? Somehow we moved. Ooh. Okay. And beyond the charms, I bought fabric and stuff too. But I'm really excited because we bought like every reference that we could find in a silver charm, like when Jamie is in Culloden and he's thinking he's croaking, he's seeing a rabbit. I got the rabbit. And then when he's doing that, she's in America, Claire's in America, and she's seeing a sparrow, and she's thinking of him. So the sparrow and the rabbit go together on the same loop to hang. And yes, I did get the sparrow.
Right.
I canceled him and then I went and put him back in. So, keep holding these things and they make noise. The shawl is, it has, I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing with the shawl. I haven't settled exactly on a shape because I keep going faux faro-y, wedge with a CBP and a border. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. That one is still a mystery to even me. But for sure, it has a center back panel, and that center back panel is a stag's head with the antlers, which are cables. The front border is a thistle because we're in the Highlands. The colors, you know, we've got the As You Wish Club up, and I want, wait, no, this is Epic Yarns. Okay, we need to talk about Epic Yarns. So, yeah, I was thinking of doing Highland Heather, Scotland Skies, which would be blue and gray, maybe with some Kelly sprinkles. Oh, here, the redcoats are coming. The redcoats are coming. I've got that yarn. I've got that yarn.
Yo!
I'm getting that yarn in 2 notes. Okay, so here is, this is actually called Reckless Heart. And this is part of the fairy floss side of the business, which is our cross stitch side. But, the redcoats are coming. Isn't it lovely? I just love this. So it's like burgundy and a couple of reds, and then there's a deep maroon in there, a lot of colors to get it. It won't be like this because obviously for cross stitch and embroidery, you want to variegate, so you want it to go blend from one color into the next and into the final one. This one had a lot of trouble setting, and because it's cross stitch, it's got to set. So I washed out a lot of the color, and it's also, so I'm saying the color that I make for the shawl is going to be darker, and it's going to be melty deep instead of like this.
Because it sticks better on wool, not because we will be leaving dye and wash out.
No. Plus I put way too much on this because I put a quarter of a teaspoon in 1 cup that took 1/3 of this. And it's 25 grams. So yeah. It's a lot of dye. It's a lot of dye. Quarter of a teaspoon
no
is
wonder that
usually
thing
for
was just
stain.
going, why?
A whole 100 grams. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I knew I had done it, but the silk does take it in some colors. The little asterisk comes after the name on the dyes. That tells you that it's going to take twice as much dye to make that color. 2 asterisks means it's going to take 3 times as much to get to that color that you think it's going to be. So yeah, some of the dyes are weaker than others, and these are not. These are the jacquards, and the jacquards just nail it. So anyway, red coats. The pattern itself is going to be really awesome. Like not like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was an all-over pattern. One pattern, you're done. This one is the waterfall at Fraser's Ridge. I can barely say it. And then the ridge. Okay, so you've got movement, and it's probably going to take the movement right on down to the edge of the shawl, which is going to make a lovely undulating edge too. Look at, we're undulating.
What are you doing, a hula over there? What you doing, a hula?
I don't know, it's something. So anyway, that's Outlander. I'm terribly stoked about it and ready to do it. I really want to get it done. While we got cross stitch going on, this is Witchy Poo. It's a brand new color, and it's great for those square samplers that I do so much of because it gets into all the different colors. Obviously, you want to use light colors on this. This is a new color. It's called, I think it goes this way. It's
Yeah, that's what it's
called
called.
Rainbow, and this is the bright version of it because it goes all through all the colors of the rainbow. And then this is it in pale, but it's so big. And y'all know who's getting this. I mean, you know who you are that are getting it. Here. It's so folded. This is 1 yard of fabric. We only charge $45 for it, and we will dye it any color that your heart desires. And this one is going to be used for multiple projects. So you get this thing, and it's cheaper than fat quarters, and you can then chop it up and have enough to do, you know, a lot of projects. Because, well, ours are 60 inches wide, so I was thinking about this last night. Normally you get 4 fat quarters out of a yard because the yard is only 43, 44 inches wide. But something that's 60, I can get a lot more fat quarters, right? If I went 40, 61, I can get 4 right there and then go 22 out, and you go 44 out instead of 36. So a little bit more than a yard, and I can get 8 instead of 4. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. 8 instead of 4. Yeah, I knew I was getting a lot out of it, but I didn't know how much. I mean, yeah, that's, wow. Plus they can be larger too because it's 18 inches instead of 20, and I was going 20, 40, 60, 80. 80, 20, 40, 60. Okay, so it's 6 pieces. I'm fine. I don't count too good though. Anyway, it's a good deal. Let's just say that. You can get 6 pieces instead of 4. That's a great deal. Because if that quarter costs $13, you do the math. I don't want it.
Can't.
So this is our Quaker quad. Wow, this is so pretty.
It makes me think of frogs.
Frogs would be fun on this, and bright
That'd be
emerald green.
Cute, with little dragonflies and cattails. Yeah.
Something that Carol Manning does. She does. I was thinking this would be great for her cabins in the woods. There's like houses. It's really cool, and I want to do it. But anyway, this is Claire's costume. I've never seen it. I don't know where. I missed this. She's wearing that embroidered. It's definitely American time. Anyway, this peachy pink and moss green are definitely the colors that were in that. These are for a customer who's a doll maker, and she's going to use that to recreate the costume of Claire. These are the threads that go with linen, the Quaker, which is for linens and threads, Cal for 2020. If you're interested. So here's Quaker on an even weave, but this is Quaker one color, not quad, not one color either because there's many colors. It's an all over. How's that? It's an all over color.
Like Melody.
Sort of like Melody, but for cross stitch. So yeah, this is Quaker in pale. Did I say that? That's what I meant to say. Oh, I must be boring everyone. She's yawning.
No, I don't
Tell
know
us why you're
I'm
yawning.
How should I know?
You don't get any sleep.
No, actually, I got to bed pretty good last night.
Yeah, I was up later than you, knitting on my hat shawl. Okay, so the other day we watched the end of Outlander. Me and my husband got all caught up, and I made this. See how fat it is? it's like, I don't know how many skeins rehanked, because when you sell the silk for dyeing, for embroidery and cross stitch, it's only in an 8-yard skein. And ours are cheaper than market value. They're below market value. They're only $5.50. So I sit around and watch TV and reskein. And then you can buy, the full skeins are just $29. And they're still like right there because everybody else sells smaller skeins. Ours, you get 25 8-yard skeins out of one. So again, do the math. It's a great deal. And we have Nevermore still available. I love this. And this is the silk, the raven silk for that. Actually, it's more like the blue. Anyway, but it's for this kit. Anyway, yep, we have cotton, bamboo, silk. We have lots of silk. We have like 5 kilos of it. Please buy the silk. So if anybody is interested, I will take the time to work with you if you decide you want to kit something. We've got all kinds of fabrics. This is diagonally. So we've got tall, where the rainbow, quads, and diagonally. These are the kinds of things that I dye. And obviously this one goes diagonally. And a lot of people like this. I usually do it purple, blue, and green. This one is going to someone as a sample though. So yeah, and we do have other kinds of fabric other than just the 14 count Aida, but that's the most popular, and so that's what I usually do. Kill it!
Yeah, I gotta kill the fish.
Kill the fish!
It's so good. It's a fish.
Smacking the fish.
So juicy, sweet.
Oh! Lord of the Rings reference there.
I probably got it.
I know how the camera's moving. It's the animals walking by the cord.
And they
Finally
probably been
figured it out.
seeing it kind of inching a little bit.
Over.
And like, what is going on over there?
So, talk.
About what?
We got time left? How much time are we at? 37.
Oh my gosh.
Talk.
About what?
Talk. Talk about ChefCon. That's not good talking.
I'm sorry, ladies. I don't have anything to say.
Bonfire of Destiny. Bonfire of Destiny.
What's that? Oh,
It's
TV.
on Netflix and it's haunting. It's so good. You never saw it? You didn't try to watch it?
No, I haven't tried it yet. I don't know what I've been watching or doing.
It's in French. It's got subtitles.
Yeah, what's up with this? I can't get her to watch like Korean dramas or like any of that Chinese stuff that's like, they're awesome. They make the best soaps. And this one, she loves soaps.
Spanish. I
But-
like the Spanish ones. They're not soaps though. They're kind of rom-com.
She'll do the Spanish subtitles, she'll do French subtitles, she'll do
And
any kind of subtitles, but not Japanese or Korean or Chinese, no.
I haven't tried them. That's all.
You
and so they don't
did, and
pop
you were
up.
all like, no, I can't keep up with them.
Sword art. I don't like the kitty things.
Yeah, no.
I don't like the
I
baby
wouldn't
stuff.
want you to watch that anyway. The sword
They
art's
have
not really good.
good drama.
Yeah, there's really good ones out there. It just depends. You have to
Well,
find
none
the
of the
niche.
stuff comes up in my Netflix because I haven't ever watched it. If I
Well, this is
find
true, but
something.
like they don't. And Netflix doesn't have good stuff.
Hmm.
When it comes to like anime, if you know what you're talking about.
I'm not talking about anime. You're saying there's drama.
Right. If I watch the
Like
They've
what?
got some really funny comedies, actually. That like, if I am looking for comedy, I usually go outside of the U.S. because U.S. doesn't do comedy. We do stupid slapstick and like, I'm going to make some 12-year-old jokes and make you laugh. Haha. Yeah, no.
So, where do you see these things?
Well, I think I watched one. Somehow it came up in my feed, and then. Well, then I got a bunch of other recommendations, and I haven't really been watching them lately.
What
so.
feed?
Netflix.
You're saying they are on Netflix? You said they weren't on Netflix.
No, I thought you were talking
Yeah,
about
it was a
something
program.
else. Their live action stuff
I knew you were
comes up
gonna
on
hit that.
Netflix.
Live action. No, Why are we not speaking the same language?
I don't
You
know.
said
Real people,
Korean
living
and Japanese.
People. Yes.
I don't want anime or
It's not.
kiddie stuff.
It's not.
Drama,
Yes.
comedy,
Yes.
on Netflix.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Talking about nothing and then
It takes forever to get it out. Wasn't my fault. You guys followed that, right? I can rewind this. I can play this for you. We're on tape, babe. Well, it ain't taped anymore, but it's recorded.
dated.
Nah.
Yeah, well, I bet that I could date myself just by saying that I know what tape is. Oh gosh, that's okay, ridiculous. You meet a 10-year-old and they're like, what's an MP3?
Oh. So I've been doing a lot of quilting.
A lot of quilting.
On
We
New Year's
made a
Day,
quilt.
we
I
made
made
a
this
quilt.
skirt.
She made the skirt yesterday. You're wearing the skirt.
Yes.
You need
I
to
am wearing
stand
the
up.
skirt.
Let me see.
Her. Yeah, y'all can see it. Hi there.
She does weird things. Turn to face the camera. Not your butt. See how this comes down? She repeated it down here too. And this is like a foofy rayon
thing. It was an older
didn't
skirt that
like
had
it?
some weird stuff going on. And so I chopped it up and turned it into this. So now
And I
it's...
told you wouldn't be able to find the holes. Where are the holes?
Well,
Put
I
grease
didn't
on
see
it.
the holes, but no, I did not.
You got grease on it.
What?
I think you got grease on it.
Well, I've actually, what's weird about this fabric, that's happened a lot of times, it comes right out.
Yeah, because isn't it kind of like, well, if it ain't bamboo, it's bamboo.
Well, rayon is like wood of any sort, so it could
Yeah.
be anything.
Anyway, kid does a lot of sewing, clothing.
Yeah, we were out here, she was sewing on, what was it you were making?
I was doing swaps. Keep the cat away from the yarn. Kitty's been on catnip, so they're a little nuts.
Crazy this morning, and the weird crazy eyes, and the
If you touch her.
How come everybody does her voice as little?
baby talk, It's it's so a wonderful walk. cute and fluffy.
Everybody else gets adult speak, but this one, she gets baby talk.
She really doesn't want to be here.
No.
Gotta go, Mom.
See? Baby talk. It's a wonder you can walk.
What else are we?
Where's
Oh,
the
right.
quilt? Where's
and
the
so,
quilt?
like, I was sewing on the featherweight the whole day, and she
Yeah.
was sewing over there with her swap.
Yeah. I like my featherweight. Featherweight's nice.
The featherweight.
Where's the quilt?
What quilt?
The quilt we made. Why are you looking over there?
Because you were looking over there.
I'm looking at you. Where's the quilt we made?
It was on your workspace.
Is it in the box? Getting ready to
Is
get
that
sent
it? That's
out?
it.
Well, that's the snowball. I made the snowball. The snowball sat around for 20 years. Block's completely finished. Hated it, so I didn't do anything with it. It's going off to the altar. I think we made it out of batiks, and she doesn't like batiks, so it's going someplace else. Here it is, babe.
Yeah, those are two different.
It's right there.
tops.
On that bottom shelf, just past the lotion. Down, yeah.
Wow, that's okay.
Stacks of things in this house. Nothing but
Unfinished
stacks.
cross stitch projects.
Hey man, that's gonna get turned into a 24-inch pillow.
That's a big pillow.
It's a pillow.
I think you might have moved the camera, because now we got the...
It's
Okay.
not really gonna help it.
So we made this out of batiks. We made it in one day. We did all the cutting. It's 68 by 78. Well, you have to see the whole thing in order, well, at least half, to get the idea of the pattern. Okay. Yep, there it goes. Okay, so it's got this basket weave effect going on, which
Isn't it pretty?
I had no idea it was going to work at all, because one of the colors was like really wrong, and then they were melding together. You can see they kind of meld together here, but where they meld together, they're okay to meld together because you don't have to see the pattern right there, which is cool. What you want to see is the all over pattern of
Okay.
Anyway, been doing a lot of quilting. So I sent the quilter, my quilter, she's my quilter. I sent her 3 tops, end of 2019. My Nifty 50, which is now on my bed. It's so nice to have something finished instead of sitting around in a closet
being
someplace.
forgotten.
She's been encouraging me.
More like I've been on her back for like ever saying, you know what, you got all these things. You could have actual quilts. What are you doing not finishing all these projects? You're sitting around with all these tops just
She
lying
nags
around
really
your
well.
house. I'm a good nag.
She's a good nagger.
It's so good that it actually worked. She got quilts now.
It worked. I got back to quilting. I don't know
What
how.
happened to the camera?
And then my Dear Jane quilt that I started 20 years
Oh,
ago.
gosh, I'm close to the camera.
My
Sorry,
husband threw away the matching reproduction fabrics. Very expensive. I swapped for years to get enough to do my quilt. And then you know how you have to have continuity? So I had to buy all new fabric. I found some scraps. I'm trying to use the scraps before I go into, you know, the new stuff, but I have no choice really. But the good news is, shut up!
She's going up through the thing. Sorry.
She's under the cover that the couch has.
Climbing the back of the couch.
Climbing the back of the couch. She's crazy.
She's at the top of the couch, and then
It's-
she found out
it's-
she couldn't get any further and slipped.
It's the catnip.
Well, it's your own fault that your furniture's getting ruined. Although this one's already
Needs to be
a mess.
replaced.
Yes. So
Okay.
sorry about that.
So, Dear Jane, yeah. I need to get back to my Dear Jane because there's only like 10 blocks left. 2 corners and 8 triangles that need to be done, and then it has to be hand quilted. So I almost don't want to finish because it has to be hand quilted. Has to be. Has to be. I've got Eleanor Burns' basket quilt that's finished. It's being hand quilted, was being hand quilted, has laid around for years not getting hand quilted. Mostly it just sits in the linen closet, not getting worked on. But it doesn't have too much left. I mean, it's got a few baskets left that I need to do and outline around some flowers, and I could probably get away with what is with her tail. She just came bouncing out from behind the closet and goes, she's doing the thing. Okay.
She likes laundry baskets. She's in that down there.
So I finished the snowball. It had sat around for 20 years. It was a mystery that I chose poorly on. There was 3 colors, and I really didn't like it, and it's done. Do you like the snowball quilt now? What does
The
the
blue
snowball quilt do? Does it undulate and go to 2 different? Does it weave? Does it do anything?
I think
fun?
it. Wait, what did it do? It did something
Go
weird.
get the 2 quilts right there. I finished the row by row. It was let's see. The row by row was swapped. We sent a book to keep people's signatures in, and we sent a little bit of different fabrics that we wanted, and then we sent the bulk of the work from one house to the next, and each person added a row. It's sort of like a round robin, but it's a row by. So then we go to Alaska last year and found this fabric.
And Mommy figured out how to do it.
And I finally put this thing together. I had to tear apart all the rows to do it.
Oh, they're upside down.
It's upside down. But as you can see, it's beautiful now. We've got the Alaska fabric, which
And
are
look.
the dolphins. Everything's 3-dimensional. That's the deal with this row by.
It's so weird.
It's fun. It's going to be hard to quilt, but Sue says she can take care of it. So she's a great quilter. I don't know what we'd do without
Dolphins
her.
we got. Otters and we got killer whales.
Very
Is that
nice. I like it.
I thought more of them got in there.
But if we hadn't gone to Alaska,
This
the
one
thing would
happened.
still be sitting there because I didn't get inspiration until I saw that fabric. Okay, now this is Snowball Quilt. It was a mystery. It was a one day. Dee Dee and I did it together, and I hated this thing.
Wait, this was the one from all those years ago?
This is the one we did all those years ago, and I stopped. I put it away because I hated it. But if you note, it does
Right,
the
they hook.
undulation because it's a lattice thing. Yeah.
Right, the balls, they're more like, it's more like the rings are hooking together, less snowballs.
This thing, people did it in different colors, and I liked it better when I saw their colors, like a floral print in here would have been really nice. I asked everybody after the fact if I should dye it. They were like, no, it's fine, just do it. Just leave it. So I'm leaving it. Can't get it. You can't dye it after it gets quilted, so I guess I like it. It's just, you know what? I have so many animals, and I'm so sick that I don't get to wash things as much as I'd like to. So all I see when I see that light quilt is dirt.
Yes,
and
I see it too.
and animal dirt, and I'm
Of course,
just
I
like,
see it on this as well.
Yeah, I don't do white.
Plus,
That's
it's
why everything's
three-dimensional, so
tan.
of course you can't let anything touch it because it'll
Yeah.
fall apart.
They'll snag the heck out of it. Can you imagine baby scratching like he does?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these two quilts, but they'll be finished soon.
Wall hangings!
No!
That'll be dust.
Well, that, and at least you can take it down and throw it in the washer.
Mm.
I guess it's not too hard to wash things. So long as they don't tear it up to shreds, we're good.
Yeah, you need a big enough washer.
Yeah. So, Suze's bag to go off to the quilter was waiting for this. The Claire threads, this, and the kit for that. Linens and threads. So now it's ready to go. Now she can get started on her linens and threads. Sal, and speaking of which, I didn't share mine. So over here, you guys have probably been noticing there's this huge frame. This was my Christmas present to myself. I'm able to do rugs on here. Rugs, not rugs.
Blankets.
Quilts, basically.
And cross
So
stitch.
I'm cross stitching. Big, huge cross stitch. And
It's
I'm
rosy.
using our Imp sock yarn. This is my other frame. It's a lap frame. Oops, everything is falling all over. Here's, you know what? This is Rainbow Dark.
I love this one.
And I'm going to use black thread on it. Anyway, this one is for a blackwork Sal. Need to get moving on, but I have been quilting so much that I haven't been doing anything. So this is the linens and threads cross stitch. I really enjoy it. It's very repetitive. Restful rhythm. That's the R word. I'm trying to find the rhythm. You end up with a really nice rhythm going, especially in the top part where it has those up, down that go around. You just fall into this rhythm. It's sort of like doing full coverage in like one color because it's a variegated thread that I'm using. I showed you the kit. And then you just stitch, which is so nice. And the colors change, and these are the colors.
So just like knitting
That's
a blank
red.
thing with variegated yarn.
Yeah. And then it's done. We keep moving the camera on them. We should not, you know what we should do is tighten it up
Yeah.
so it doesn't move.
And like
Actually, I don't
make
think it
sure that we
does.
don't scoot this so that
Okay. We should probably end this. Now we're at
Yes.
53, and that's going to take 2 days to load.
literally.
And kill the internet for all that time. So we'll let you go. I hope you've enjoyed our silly ramblings, and I hope that you join us for some of the junk that I talked about. Outlander for sure. Claire Shawl. It's not too late. We're just going to be knitting this while we wait for Outlander to come out. I still have to make the pattern,
making me wanna
get the
make
junk in. It's fun. You can work on mine. I'm gonna mini me over here. I end up seeing so much of myself in her. She'll do something or say something or act a certain way. What did we do yesterday? It was like so mean. I just sat, and then just this morning, you laid back on the bed last night. I don't know when it was, and you said the same thing.
Yeah, we were being horrible.
It's terrible.
What did we say though?
I
I don't remember.
know. But the
You see,
same
that's
thing
the
comes
thing.
out of our mouths at
We'll
the same
say
time.
something mean, but we forget it immediately.
I
So it's
wasn't
not like we're
mean.
saying anything mean.
It was just identical.
No, I thought you were saying it was mean. Didn't we say
Oh.
something like,
No.
what are you saying? I think we said something else that was what were you saying, not mean. What?
Yeah. It was like, yeah. And then we both said it at the same time, and it was just,
Yeah, we're crazy and we go blah, 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 blah.
it's terrible. I've given so much of it to her, though. I'm not sure that this is a good thing. All the rambling and all the blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
And the weird noises and the... Oh, there's too many weird things to count.
If anybody watching this video wants a rug, you can see my rugs on our website, wmdramble.blogspot.com. And they sell for $300 at the minimum to $350. If anybody watching this video wants one, though, they felt it beautifully, and I've been putting them in the washing machine. They're great. $150 to you guys, but only for you guys.
Because we're nice like that.
Oh, and you guys gotta go sign up for As You Wish. We're gonna be closing that down soon. There's a questionnaire. We go shopping for you. We make things for you. We dye yarn.
One more thing about the rugs. I love them because all of a sudden I'll walk onto them and then I'll be like, oh, squishy soft.
Clouds.
There's a smile suddenly on my face just because soft.
The cats do that too, though. But what I found this morning was because of the catnip, they had rolled over onto it and pulled it and flipped it halfway.
Always have cats. They're the best.
Cats are great. Anyway, so yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Rug. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Say goodbye, Gracie.
Bye, Gracie.
We'll see you next time. Enjoy.